Welcome back to the special audience edition of Hannity. Now, Senators Ted Cruz, Mike Lee, they took a lot of heat from politicians on both sides of the aisle because they knew how much of a train wreck Obamacare would ultimately be. They had the moral courage to try and do something about it. Well, after President Obama finally admitted that he fumbled on the rollout, both Cruz and Lee were vindicated. Simply put, they were right. Now let's turn back to our studio audience. All right.
That's wrong. I'm laughing.
The president basically did everything that they were asking to do before the government shutdown, right?
Well, I think that this today is an opportunity for people, for voters to look forward and see what the actual outcome is. At the Fox Business Network, we look at the economic impact of this entire situation and how much of a challenge it's been. Right. And obviously there's a huge political impact. And how will people be voting with their pocketbooks? I think that's the most interesting thing to come out today, because we do know the president has admitted that there is a political consequence.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
This was the beginning of the Obamacare downward death spiral. Even Democrats are jumping ship. They want no part of it. They've seen the realities of Obamacare and what it's doing to real-life Americans, and the 2014 elections are a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, Allison, what do you?
Doesn't want
and Penny, you guys both would.
What's concern Women for America? You know, in North Carolina, that has been it's been horrible for them. We've seen women's premiums increase 3 times. Men have gone up 4 times the regular cost, and because of that, Kay Hagan's numbers have dropped. She was ahead double digits between anyone that was up against her. Now she's down neck and neck with all of them. There is a price to be paid for this. There is a price to be paid for bad policy, and they continue to push it. And I think very quickly that, you know, you're going to see all the Democrats jumping ship that are up for re-election in 2014.
Well, I think that was the whole purpose. This is the cynical side of this, Allison, is because they only did it to protect Democrats come 2014. Absolutely. So this is just temporary, to give them some space to get through the re-election campaign, but we're right back where we started from 1 year from now.
Yeah, well, and also,
go ahead. Yeah, Allison, go ahead.
I think it's important to realize, too, just speaking on behalf of young people, that the administration has treated us like young imbeciles, not like young invincibles. It relies, it rests on our backs, it rests on our shoulders, this whole thing. And so I appreciate the grown-ups in the room playing games, but we are the ones subsidizing all of this.
No, and that's the point. And being younger than both me and Geraldo, no, in fairness, because you're going to have to bear that burden. Probably a good plan for you is, if you're healthy and have a good family history, is a catastrophic plan. Very inexpensive, high deductible. God forbid you have an accident, get cancer, young person has a heart attack, something like that, you'd be covered. What do you think?
We keep talking about the politics and the impact on 2014 and 2016 elections, and we're forgetting about the one base, the Latino vote, that everyone knows is so important for deciding who makes it to the White House. Well, there was a broken promise with millions of dollars invested in Spanish language television and radio, and we still don't have a working Spanish language website. There's about 10 million Latinos who are waiting out there, eligible to sign up. They're being redirected to a phone number where people are not even fully bilingual to address their questions.
You know, that's
a big political
But you know,
miss.
Look at the labor participation rate since Obama took office. In the African-American community, it's down 31%. It's the worst labor participation rate, in 31 years. Same for women. Same with the Hispanic community. And these are the core constituencies that got Obama elected.
The community is noticing for the very first time in a year, Latinos have a rating that is under a 50 for President Obama. That has never happened.
All right, Scotty, I promise.
And this is why it's important that I want every Democrat, especially Harry Reid, to stand up there and say he lied, because this isn't the first time he's lied, and America keeps forgetting that. I want every Democrat and John McCain to stand up and say, you know what, my president lied, therefore they won't listen to him the next time when he comes up, and he'll remember this.
Tammy Bruce, go ahead. Go ahead.
The silver lining.
Ted Cruz has not lied yet.
How do you
everybody? Hold on. Go ahead. What did you want to say, and then we'll get to Tammy. Go ahead.
My point is, name one politician that hasn't said something that's not true.
That is a
It's politics. And you know what? But we're forgetting that.
Let's not have equivalents every 8 years of lies about wars.
But Sean, we're forgetting that with any new policy, we don't know how it's going to affect the public until it's implemented. That's why we have reform.
But the difference is they knew in 2010 that all these people were going to lose their policy.
Here's the silver lining to this. For the Latinas, for the women, for the young people, there is one message to this, and that is this is not what big government should be doing. 85% of Americans were happy with their health insurance. You can deal discreetly with the 15% that exist, but they did not. Listen to all of our arguments on the left or the right, liberal or conservative. This is a cluster. And it shows everyone of all ages that this is not what government can do. It's not what they're capable of doing. And this will be the result. It is the argument for fiscal conservatism. And this is something that we all have to make sure is the result of what's happening. This is a disaster.
How many you think this is literally liberalism on trial?
Well, it's not what they meant, but ultimately, when it comes down to the result and to what the discussion is, it is. It absolutely is.
John started this segment by suggesting that Mike Lee and especially Ted Cruz were prophets.
They were right.
Tea Party.
Look, I believe that Ted Cruz has disqualified himself for ever being president of the United States, and I also think he has been profoundly damaged by what he did. Just consider this. What if Senator Ted Cruz, instead of standing up for 24 hours and attracting all this attention and shutting down the government of the United States, had kept his powder dry, until Obamacare launched, and then criticized the website and criticized.
He lit the match.
Waited, he would not have cost the taxpayers of the United States $24 billion, $70 a head.
He lit the match. It was a spark that engaged the entire country. You're wrong.
Match had nothing to do with
I'll take Ted Cruz over Barack Obama as president, who you voted for twice any day.
Ted Cruz's timing.
Ted Cruz never lied.
Timing is everything in life.
When we come back, more with our studio audience. Don't go anywhere. And President Obama, he can only blame himself for the mess that he's in now. Coming up next, we'll react to the Anointed One's credibility crisis as Hannity continues.